Hi guys, today we're learning how to make the Venom Paracord bracelet. The base of this bracelet is the standard cobra or Solomon weave. From there we'll be adding stitching with coreless paracord and with microcord. For this project you're going to need 10 feet of black 550 cord, 5 feet of FS pink 550, and 1 foot of fuchsia 550. You also need about 10 feet of white microcord. It comes in spools of 125, but that comes in very useful for lacing paracord bracelets. For tools you'll need, of course, a scissors and a lighter. You'll also need a set of fids. It comes in a 3-pack for type 1, 2, and 3 fids, and you can also get it in the knotters tool, which comes with a nice spike that's useful for undoing knots. So let's dive right in. For this bracelet we're going to be using the cobra weave. You want to take the middle of the paracord and fold it in half and measure your wrist. When you make a cobra bracelet with a buckle, you add an inch to the length of your wrist. But for this one, we're going to subtract an inch to make room for the adjustable closure. So hold on to that spot with your finger, and we're going to launch right into the cobra weave without making a cow's hitch or anything. So lay the right side across the top, and the left side goes around the back and through the loop. Cinch that down, and then check the measurement on your wrist just to make sure that knot hasn't drifted. Mine is still a good size. We're just going to continue with the cobra weave until we get to the very end. Here I have it about halfway done. Normally at this point I would be telling you to tie your knots tight and to slide the weave together to scrunch it down. But for this bracelet we want to actually leave it a little bit loose because we're going to be doing some lacing later on. So now here I'm almost done. I've got a little bit of a loop here at the bottom. I'm just going to do one more instance of the cobra weave and make that loop a little bit smaller. For this last knot you actually can pull it tight just to hold everything in place. So now we've got that small loop left. At this point you're going to need to thread the paracord onto your fid. You'll take the type 3 fid. This one is going to go down through the top. Then I'll have to take off my fid and put it on the other cord. Poke this one up through the bottom. Later we're going to be threading these 2 strands through the holes on the other side here, but we're just going to leave it undone for now to make the lacing easier. For this next stage we're going to be using the white microcord. Measure out about 9 to 10 feet of that. I use my wingspan times 2, and that'll get me between 10 and 12 feet. Cut and melt your ends. Thread the microcord onto the type 1 fid, the smallest one. We're going to be making teeth across the middle part of the bracelet, so count in the same number from each side to make it centered. I'm going to count in 4 loops from each side, and that's going to give me 7 teeth in the middle. So mark where the 5th loop is with your finger. Turn the bracelet over and count back 2 cords on the back side. Pull your cord all the way through. This is just going to keep the end of the microcord secure. I like to make a nice big bead of melted plastic on the end of the microcord just to keep it from pulling through. Pull it down as far as it'll go. Don't pull it too tight though, or it's going to pull through. So on that 5th loop, poke the microcord through the back. Pull your slack through most of the way until you have a small loop like this. Go around this cord and up through the loop again. That's going to turn into a cow hitch when we take the slack all the way through. It doesn't look like it yet, but once we pull the slack through, it's going to be a cow hitch. To tighten it down, you just kind of have to pull the strands through individually. Pull this loop on the left, and then pull it over to the right, and then through. Right below that cow hitch, you're going to poke the microcord through the middle of the back, between those 2 center strands. You may have to wiggle the fid back and forth just to make sure you aren't piercing your paracord. Pull your slack all the way through, and wrap it around the top and back again through the middle. Pull your slack through again. This next one is going to go on the right. So one more time, we're going to go through the side loop, pull most of your slack through, loop it around your first cord, through that same loop again, and up through the top. So now you see that familiar cow hitch design. Again, to tighten it down, tighten to the left, then the right, and then pull the slack through. So one more time, this one's going to go to the left. Through the middle again. Pull that tight, and this one goes to the right. Tuck this under your next two weaves on the back side, just to hide your cord. So now we're done with the top row. I didn't tuck my cord underneath like I did before. You'll see why in a minute. We're going to go across the bottom the opposite direction, but we're only going to go halfway and then stop while we work on the tongue. So instead of going under the next two, because we're done with this top row, we're going to tuck it underneath one back strand going back the other direction. So you can flip your bracelet around here and do teeth across the top again. Start with the one just inside the last tooth. So now I've got 3 teeth across the bottom. We're just going to stop there. You can even leave your fid on at this point. Now take your fuchsia cord. You don't want your ends heat sealed because we're going to be pulling out the core strands. What I do for coreless paracord is I melt one end and push it flat against my lighter. That keeps that end from pulling through. The other end I melt down and work it into a point so I can fit it into the Type 2 fid. This makes it easier for threading through the bracelet. So in the very middle of your bracelet, right below that top middle tooth, you're going to poke your fuchsia cord through the bottom loop. Pull it nice and tight and kind of tuck that flat end up inside. You're going to count over 2 to the left and go right through the 2 middle strands. And pull that tight and make sure it lays flat. Go over 1 on the bottom and then bring it back through the middle 2 strands. This initial doubling up is just to make his tongue look a little bit wider at the base. We're going to bring the fuchsia cord back through that original hole that we started with. Pull that through, make sure it's flat. Now we just have to anchor it on something on the back side. So I'm just going to go over 1, loop it through, and again back up through that original hole. Now it's going to go up over this tooth, count over 2 teeth from the right, and poke the tongue through the middle. Again, we're just going to loop it around something in the bottom and come up the same top hole, coming up right up next to where I went down in the first place. Count a ways past his mouth and stick it back down through a side loop on the bottom side. Now we can cut the slack off of this one so it's not in the way, and we'll melt it down the same way we did the beginning end. flatten it against the bracelet. Now we can finish the teeth. So here I've finished the teeth, and I've already tucked the end through the next 2 strands on the bottom. So I can cut off the end and melt it a little bit, and that should stay in place. So you could actually leave the bracelet this way, with the teeth and tongue, but I'm going to add some gums. So take your FS pink, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the fuchsia. If it's melted on the ends, you'll have to cut it off so you can pull out your center strands. Same thing we did before. Light one end and push it up against your lighter to flatten it. And the other end, we're going to fold in half before we melt it to get a little bit smaller of a point. If we're lucky, we can fit it into that type 2 fit again, and it'll make this threading a lot easier. So now with the FS pink, we're going to go up through the hole next to the first tooth that we did. Pull it all the way through. Tuck it up nicely inside. Since it comes out the front, we're going to go through the back on the next one. Pull that tight and make sure it's not twisted. We're going to make this diagonal line across each tooth. So through the back each time. Here we're done with the row, now we're going to go back the other way. Again, coming through the back side. You may notice that it gets harder and harder to thread the needle through, and that's why we left the bracelet loose in the first place. When you get done with that row, just tuck your cord underneath one of the back strands. And we're going to do the same thing across the bottom. Thread it through the loop next to that first tooth, then come in the back between the next 2 teeth, just like on the top. Continue that pattern down and then crisscross back, just like on the top. On the last one, just like before, instead of it looping it through the front, we're just going to tuck it under a back strand. Then you can clip the end, melt it down, and flatten it against the bracelet. So now we're done with the design, and we just need to finish the closure. We're going to need our type 3 fit again. You can thread it onto one of the ends. I started with the right side, so it's going to go through the right side loop on the other side. Take your fit off and put it on the other cord, and up through the left loop. So you should have 2 parallel lines. Now you can try it on for size, and at the widest part of your hand, you're going to cinch it down just so it's tight. Once you've got your bracelet the size it needs to be to fit over your wrist, we're going to add a stopper knot to the outside. Start by making your right side cord into a loop that sits across the front, like this, and a loop on the other side that goes around the back. That back loop you're going to bring around the front and stick it through the left side loop. And the one that's around the front already, you're going to bring it around back and bring it up through the right loop. Cinch that down as close as you can to your bracelet. Your stopper knot should look about like this when you're done. Clip your ends and melt them down just like before. Then you can push them up against the side of your knot. And here is the Venom Smile bracelet. Links to all the supplies used in this video can be found in the description below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing for more great paracord tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching.